Welcome back.
Hello.
Tripping on Bricks.
This is us.
We're here again, yet again, just me and Molly. We have very important business to attend to today.
Yes.
Today we're going to talk about where we would take Sabah if we had Sabah. If Sabah came out and hung out with us for a day, where are we taking Sabah? Brent was
Sabah's
saying...
day in the life of Wavelength.
But with Lily and Molly. But separately. We're taking them on two separate days. That to clarify. Brent was saying before we started filming that this is kind of like when you show your pet, that trend where you show your pets places they've never seen before. You're like, this is the top of the fridge.
Yeah.
This is like what we're doing with Sabah. We're like, Sabah, you've never seen this before. So yeah, this
I'm
is
gonna
it.
show up the top of my fridge. It's covered in alcohol bottles.
I think he would appreciate
Like, there's not a single spot that isn't covered in.
Our kind of thought behind this is like, just like, well, one, it's like an interesting concept of like, what, like, we were to take Sabah like somewhere. Also, I think partially for me, it's like, I know I'm never gonna get to interview Sabah.
Oh yeah.
So like, this is selfishly, I'm like, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that this is what I would do if I got to interview Sabah. I'm saying that if me and Sabah we're gonna hang out, this is what we're doing. Cool. So we're each gonna go through our day.
I need to preface, this is not what I would do with Sabah if we were hanging out.
This
This is like what I would do with Sabah if like...
This is like if Sabah was like my distant relative but also I did still know him and I was gonna take him out for the day.
Yeah, like my cousin who came to visit, like on a really inconvenient day.
Yes. Where he's forced to do things that I wouldn't make anybody do, but like we have no choice because I have to do them. And for some reason, even though he's like a functioning adult, I still have to take him with me. Yeah. Yeah. And also I just am like, I wanna show him some of my favorite places and I wanna like also show him some spots that I'm like, let's talk about this. Let's break down what this means. So I think both me and Molly's lists are going to be like places that Western students are in high attendance at. Obviously Western. Duh.
Because he's never been here.
Because he's never been here. And then some places like downtown and around town, some fixtures of the Bellingham community, some favorites, and some ones that maybe were just more so like, Sabah should know about this.
Yeah, I think, like, for me, there's some rites of passage. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Okay. We're gonna be snappy about it. You guys are gonna be shocked how fast we're gonna go.
I have it written down right here. So this is my itinerary with Sabah. So, first we're gonna intend to wake up earlier, but then end up sleeping in until, like, 8:30 when you have a 10 a.m. class.
That's still early.
Not for me.
Okay.
Not for me. So then end up spending like half an hour just sitting and drinking coffee. And then...
You're making him coffee. Hypothetically, can I clarify?
Yeah.
Hypothetically, he spent the night at your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hypothetically, he spent the night at my house.
Is he sleeping on the couch? Is that the situation, or do you have like a... I'm just thinking about your home.
If I really wanted to, I could get the air mattress out for him.
Okay.
The air mattress will deflate halfway through the night.
This is all good information to have.
Yeah. Or, how tall is Sabah?
Okay, well, me and Brent saw him one time. I would say he's like average height. Maybe a little tall. Not super tall, but like, what did you think, Brent? Like,
I'd say he's like...
What is your definition of average, though?
He's probably about like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, I would say like 5'8".
Okay.
Yeah.
So my height.
Like, taller than me.
So I'm gonna make him sleep on the couch. So he's gonna be a little bit squished.
Yeah.
But...
Is Sabah allergic to cats? This is all... Suddenly I have so many questions.
Question.
Because Molly...
Oh my god.
There's 3.
There's 3 cats in my house.
Well, anyway, okay. We gotta get
So,
past this. We gotta get past this.
Yeah.
Too many things.
So, 10 a.m. class, so then you have to rush to get ready. No time to eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Grab a bar, but you know you're not gonna eat that.
Goes in first.
So then we have to... Well, because the reason that it's not enough time is because we're having to trek through the Arboretum to get to campus.
Yeah. I think we should all...
Which needs about half an hour.
Quickly before Molly finishes, I just want to clarify that this is a hypothetical day, and so some of these things we obviously know do not happen on certain days, and so like, yeah, just to like clarify, give some context.
So yeah, have to trek through the Arboretum to class. Gotta go up Big Hills. It is dry. It's not raining that day. However, it did just rain, so the Arboretum is an insanely muddy mess. Yeah, and you have to go up these really steep hills.
Yeah.
And you're kind of pushing yourself a little bit because you have to get to class on time. So by the time you do get to that 10 a.m. class, you're sweaty and a little bit dizzy because you haven't eaten.
Right.
And so then you have to sit through that. Me and Sabah are going to sit through my 2-hour lecture. Well, it's not a lecture. It is a discussion-based class on feminist film theory on an empty stomach. And then to add that, I'm giving Sabah a cramp simulator for that day because
Molly has cramps that day.
Because I have cramps that day. This is the hypothetical day that I'm having.
Yeah, because Sabah is experiencing the same thing as you.
Yeah.
That's
the thing. So our cramps are so bad after class that we...
And no food.
That we go and cry in the basement bathroom of the humanities building. It is, like... So, we're in there for so long that the lights turn off.
Corner stall?
Oh, yeah.
In the women's?
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to double check.
Well, actually, I'm making Sabah go in another stall.
Oh, you're not in the same stall? Okay.
No. Okay. I need my alone time to cry in that. Okay. And
you're overstimulated.
Yeah, exactly.
He can't be there.
So the lights
He's
turn
overstimulated.
Off. So the lights turn off. Well, yeah, because that's
the other thing. And
you're
both crying and you can hear it.
And yes, exactly. And then the lights turn off, and that makes it worse because you're, like, overstimulated already. Because then to add, like, I've dealt with this kind of day. Sabah has never dealt with this kind of day. He's going to be really overstimulated.
He wants to go home.
Anyways, so the lights turn off. This causes us to cry even more. We finally leave the bathroom, put ourselves together as much as possible.
In those dim lighting, even when the light's on.
Oh, yeah.
So it's hard to.
We can't go home. Oh, actually, to add, I just thought about this. While we're sitting in the humanities building bathroom in each in our own stall, someone comes in and you realize
they have to use the bathroom actually, because that happens.
Well, yes, but also, sometimes those doors don't latch.
They don't. Specifically, the second stall does not latch. Yes. So Sabah gets seen because you're in the corner stall.
I'm in the corner.
So Sabah gets seen crying.
Well, because also there's only 2 stalls with lights over them.
Right.
And it's the first stall and the third stall. Yeah. And you want to cry in one of the dark stalls, but you don't want to be in the dark, which is why you cry more when it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, someone walks in on Sabah crying on the toilet in the basement of the humanities building.
He's like fully dressed.
Yes, no, exactly.
Sorry, you said on the toilet, and I was like, oh, no. To clarify.
Yeah, like, fully dressed.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Well, because you're just doing what you can.
It's all you can do.
It's all you can do.
It's all you can do.
So, finally leave the bathroom. Can't go home yet because we do have a wavelength staff meeting later that day. So, we walk to the VU, check our bank accounts, consider the fact that we should buy groceries pretty soon.
Yeah.
And that's about all that we have the money for in our account. But we're still hungry, and so we...
And the granola bar is sitting uneaten.
Yeah, granola bar uneaten. So much hunger nausea at this point that the granola bar is just not going to be eaten, because that's just not the option for that day. So
it joins the graveyard, the 2 other granola bars that also sit in your bag. That's how my bag works.
I only have 1 granola bar.
I got multiple.
So we still buy $13 worth of very mid sushi that I always feel like could make me sick, but never actually does.
Yeah, it just has that vibe.
And it's not bad. Like, it's... Yeah.
It's mediocre, anyways, but it's
mediocre.
Yeah.
But, and we're doing this because it's the most, like, substantial food that you can buy on campus as a gluten-free student. That's probably not true. There's, like, soups and things, but... Like,
well, but the soups sometimes have noodles, and they also have, like, flour as thickeners, and so, yeah. Yeah.
No, actually, like the most like guaranteed substantial thing that you can.
Because we don't sell as many there's not as many salads as there used to be, and also sometimes you don't want a salad.
Exactly.
That's so silly.
Well, and so sushi's like a little bit more.
There's like some sort of protein. Yeah.
Anyways, so then we have a Wavelength staff meeting, where we have to make TikToks. We have to make TikToks in this Wavelength staff meeting. So Sabah has to be in our TikToks.
I would be so excited if that happened in real life. I would be ecstatic. He would hate it.
We're putting the Wally head on Sabah.
On Sabah, which adds to this. That adds to it.
We're going to go do outreach, and we need someone to wear the Wavelength head,
which adds to the whole thing with the humanities building and the bathroom, because you're already overstimulated, you're already overwhelmed.
Still cramping.
You're still cramping. You're still hungry because the sushi wasn't really enough.
Still kind of like damp and from sweating like all the way down to campus.
Because it's never really because it's too cold to take your sweater off, but it's too hot.
Exactly.
Like, you're at this weird point.
Anyways, okay. So then we have to go home. Luckily, Ruben can give us a ride home.
Beautiful.
So we're at home now, and we have to do some, like, studying and work because there is an assignment that's due at midnight, that you haven't started, but we promised our friend that we would go to their show later, so we have to get it done before we go to the show. The cramps are still there, by the way. So we're, like, getting into all that, and then, like, the cramps are so bad, but you're denying yourself. Me and Sabah are denying ourselves like any sort of like ibuprofen or anything.
Because you're like, when we get the assignment done, I'll be fine.
Yeah, we're like, I'll be fine. So instead, you take a gummy.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm getting.
Well, okay, you're also pre-gaming the show.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like because it'll help with the cramps.
This is really like showing Sabah the top of your fridge, because like has Sabah taken a gummy before?
I don't know.
I feel like I feel like Western's gonna see this podcast and they're gonna be like, okay. We promise that we love Sabah. Or not love. I have an admiration.
It's a gummy vitamin.
Yeah. It's
I'm giving him a woman's multivitamin. I'm giving him my Ollie women's multivitamin.
Obviously.
Nothing else. Settle up with cramps. Okay, so then we lock in on our work to the point that we lose track of time, and then the cramps finally do go away.
Beautiful.
But it's to the point that we have to rush to get ready for the show, and then we realize that we've forgotten to eat.
Right.
So we have to rush and make our third box of Annie's gluten-free mac and cheese that week.
Yup.
And then down just like the 2 ciders that I have left in my house.
Yeah.
On the way out, where we have to walk down to, it used to be called Ma's Basement. I don't know what it's called now.
Is it February in this hypothetical?
It's January, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's late January.
I just wanted to clarify for weather.
Maybe it is early February.
Okay.
It's late January, early February.
I just wanted to clarify for weather stuff. I was just curious about weather.
I did note that later that it's 33 degrees out.
Okay, thank you.
But that's like towards the end of the night. So maybe like at this point it's like 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I like the idea that Sabah brought like a go-go bag to your house to like have a sleepover, and then also he prepped for like an outfit for this. Like I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, wow, that's so sweet.
Well, and like we're going out.
You're like we're going out. You have to bring something to wear.
Yeah.
Obviously. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. So we walk down to what used to be known as Ma's Basement. It's in a basement.
Don't know what it is
Don't know
anymore.
what it's called for the show. But we get there and it's already packed to the brim. But you still pay $5, maybe $10 even, to be shoved against a wall and see nothing, but someone's back, or stand outside, not even in the venue that you paid like however much to get into, and still see nothing. And this is where I say it's like late January.
Yeah.
It's 33 degrees out.
Right. You're wearing your coats.
You're wearing your coats. To add to this, you're not like, you're a little.
You drink 2 ciders, so you're.
No, we each had one.
Oh,
so
okay.
Splitting.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So we're not like, we're just a little too sober, but we're also just a little bit too high. For the situation. So it's like really uncomfortable. And then we have to, when we're inside the venue, we have to be the wall for the mosh pit because no one else is being the wall.
Right. Molly's very big on proper mosh etiquette.
Yes, as someone who doesn't mosh.
Yeah.
Proper mosh etiquette, please.
It's a bunch of freshmen and they don't know what they're doing.
Because exactly, it's a bunch of freshmen, they don't know what they're doing, on either sides. The freshmen who are moshing, the freshmen who are not moshing.
No one knows.
So
they all walked here from the ridge.
Me and Sabah have to be the walls for the pit because no one is taking on that task and people are
It's an ungrateful job
getting
too. Like no
a
one
little
cares.
bit hurt, or at least like toppled on. We get toppled on by a very drunk person, because that's what happens. And we're protecting like 7 people, like 7 like tiny freshman girls.
They're so tiny.
And then
they are drunk.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Or they're like also really sober, but they're just like terrified.
Yeah. One or the other.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
And then we leave halfway through.
And they're also repetitively hitting any type of vape that they have.
Yes.
And so it's a little hazy.
Well, yeah.
Of smells.
That's given.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we leave halfway through and walk down to the cabin. Get ciders.
And you get to eat.
Yeah. Fries only, though.
Fries only, though.
Sabah is still gluten-free with me that day.
Yeah.
And then we spend 20 minutes looking for a spot.
Right. Maybe I see you guys. I sneak him one bite of a burger as a treat. I go, there's your one bite.
Well, and so that was part of it, is that we spend like 20 minutes looking for a spot, and then we see like everyone that we know.
Right, ever.
Ever.
Anyone you've ever seen. And there's like people who you didn't even know that your friends knew that are all in the group. And you're like, how do you know that person? And you've actually never met that person, but you've walked past them so many times that you have a relationship with them.
Yep. And that you know, like,
somehow intimate details of their life. Right.
Anyways, so you spend like 20 minutes looking for me and Sabah are spending 20 minutes looking for a spot, seeing all these people that we know, but not like people that we know well enough
to sit with,
and then finally, after 20 minutes, we get a seat with like everyone that we know, and we play cards.
Love it.
I am going to absolutely beat Sabah at cribbage.
Yeah. You have to explain the rules to him, probably. Actually, I don't know. I bet he'd be into.
He likes cribbage.
Yeah, I bet he's into that.
And then we have to walk home up the hill on Holly.
And guess what? I bet the cramps are back.
Oh, and at this point, yes, the cramps are back. And we've had enough ciders that things are just a little bit like, whoa.
Yeah, you do that thing, like, you know what I'm talking about.
Like, too inebriated.
No, you know what I'm talking about. Like, when I'm, like, tipsy and then I, like, take one wrong move and I kind of do, like a whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing that.
Yeah. And then we're going to talk about really deep things on that walk back.
Yeah, the walk back is intense for no reason whatsoever.
Like, me and Sabah are going to shoot this shit so
hard. And like, you promise to hang out again soon.
Promise to hang out again soon. He diverts.
You're calling each other best friends.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the closest I've ever been with you in my life.
Yeah. Like, like, you mean everything to me.
Yeah.
Can't believe we've never hung out before.
Yeah, like, why haven't we been hanging out this whole
Tonight
time?
was perfect.
Best night of my life.
Okay, so you have to go home. Oh my god, get home safe.
Text me.
He texts me.
He does not text.
He diverts before I'm back home. And then...
And you don't speak for 4 days.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Is that your full day?
That's it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, we're ready for mine. I think mine, unfortunately, is a little bit nicer of a day. Like, I'm taking him to do some...
It's not mean.
No, it's not, but
It's just real.
Yeah, it is. I've
had this day exactly.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I believe it. So, okay, our day starts... My class isn't until 11, so we have plenty of time. That's when my class is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick him up, or he's gonna come to my house. It's a special day.
I think Sabah needs to come to your house.
Okay, he's coming to my house. Well, he's gonna come to my house later, no matter what.
Sure.
I'm driving though. after this. Okay, so Sabah comes over to my house. Let's say it's like 9:45. We're gonna go to Old Town because it's a special day and I want to like take him somewhere nice. And I'm like, oh, come and like get breakfast with me. While we're at Old Town though, he's like being really weird about the menu, and I just decide he's getting the hotcake special. I don't care. I don't have any questions. And we're getting table syrup.
That's what you should do.
Yeah. And he's getting coffee. Like, I made the decisions for him. We're done. We're done. And we're sitting against the window because I hate the booths over by the wall. I would just like to preface this. And if you know, I just don't like the ones up against the wall. I like to look out. And so I like to be by the window. I mean, they sit me wherever, and I love it no matter what, but I like to be by the window. Anyway, so we get...
Have you ever been sat at the bar?
I haven't.
It's because you're not in with the crowd.
Well, I also always come with more than like 5 people.
Well, that would do it.
So, me and
Maybe
Sabah,
this time they're sitting
this
at
is the
bar.
only, it's just us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sit, we eat breakfast. He's like, oh my god, this is the best pancake I've ever had in my life. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. Like, no one gets it. And then we have like an intense discussion, which I've had a lot of the times with a lot of people about what is the best brunch place in town. He thinks it's Birch Door, and
He would think it's Birch Door.
And I metaphorically destroy him. Because that's wrong.
I'm metaphorically like really disappointed in
I'm sitting there and I'm like Birch Door, and he's like, yeah, my wife loves it, and I'm like, your wife is amazing, but she needs to you guys need to have better standards. Sorry, Birch Door, okay, so then we walk because we parked a couple blocks away because it was kind of busy downtown for some reason. And we go to Third Planet on the way back, and I make him go in, and we look at all the fidget toys. And we're just gonna play for like good 20 minutes.
And does he decide he's gonna gauge his ears? He's gonna start gauging his ears so he gets gauges?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
Sabah even has ears.
But he does take a long time, and he looks at like a lot of the jewelry. Like he considers things. He's taking it all in, but we look at the fidgets for a while. Like, and he's very invested in them. And I'm like, you should get one. And then he's like, no, I'm not going to get one. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. I'm like, that's your thing. Then we go to a Church of Vintage at the karate church.
Reminder, this is hypothetical.
Like,
this is just the day we're creating.
Yeah, I know that this wouldn't be on a weekday, but I want him to go to one so badly. And I want...
Wait, okay, I am a little confused. Like, you said class at 11?
Hypothetical. We're going through stuff quick. Yeah, I'm getting there. Maybe he comes over early. Maybe it's like a 9. Maybe he comes over like a 9.
Church of Vintage doesn't usually start until 11.
I know that. This is hypothetical. I want him to go to a Church of Vintage so bad. Okay. I just think he would really enjoy it.
Okay.
So we go to a Church of Vintage. He looks around. He doesn't get anything. There's not a lot of stuff that's his vibe.
Yeah.
But he's in there. He's in the karate church. It's loud.
For his wife.
That's true. He might. Yeah. That'd be very sweet of him. He kind of gets up in it in the $5 pile. He's seeing all the girls, everybody there. He's having a good time.
And everyone's
but
like,
but there's screaming because it's the Church of Vintage, and it's always loud in there for some reason when I'm there. It's not like screaming,
okay, I was like,
but like there's like music, and then I feel like everybody's, and you know how like at one point in the day, all the time the line gets really long and it like goes way like wraps around. Like there's always like one point in a busy Church of Vintage where that happens. We have to go through that because I want to buy one shirt, and so we have to wait the whole line. Then we have to find street parking.
Oh, can I add something to your time at Church of Vintage?
Oh sure, yeah.
Sabah does find like a shirt that he might want, and so he has to try it on in those funky little changing tents that they have, and almost falls over. Because
that's the only way it's happening.
That's how everyone goes.
That is true. Overheating. He's having a really hard time putting his shirt back on or just like leaving because it's like he was overheating in there, and so now everything's like a little bit sweaty. Yeah. Totally. And then there's
and him are bonding over this.
Right. I'm like, I get it. It's really hard. Yeah. He's like, oh, thank you. So then we have to find street parking by the VU. And he's not ready for this with me. He's not ready. He's like, that's kind of far away to park. And I'm like, it's worth it. actually. Sorry. and what he considers far and what I consider far are so different. Like, I'm saying that, like, down, like, 2 blocks from the VU is maybe not far for free parking. And he's like, no, we need to park right in front of the VU. And I'm like, babe, no. If we're lucky. We do end up getting parking that is, like, not in front of the VU, but it's not, like, I have standards. I'm not parking all the way down at the bottom of, like, High Street or North Garden. But it's like a 3-minute walk from the VU. It's chill. We're chill. But he's kind of impressed by me. He's like, wow, you got parking. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. Then we have to take the bus because we're going to the other side of campus. And we have to go to my yoga class. And my yoga teacher is like, why did you bring Sabah to the yoga class? And I'm like, he said he wanted to come.
Is he wearing a suit?
I think so, yeah. I think he's
Okay.
doing yoga in that.
Okay.
One attire.
That's all I've ever seen.
That's all I've ever seen him. Actually, when me and Brent saw him, he was wearing a quarter zip.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
that was
actually
big. When me and Brent saw him, I said, Brent, that's Sabah. And then Brent went,
I didn't know it was Sabah.
Yeah. So he comes to my yoga class. He goes through our yoga thing. We do our sun
Wait,
salutations.
sorry, it's the last time I saw Sabah. He waved at me.
Oh my gosh, that's so special. I've always wanted to go and speak to him upstairs, but I don't know what I would ask him. I don't have questions that I think he would appreciate. And I don't want to be asked to leave. Sorry. So we go to my yoga class. Then what happens next is we have exactly 10 minutes to get to Bond Hall. Because I have my 3 to 4 hour long seminar lecture that is only 5 people, and it's very personal. Like, we're using first names. It's like my professor is looking us in the eye and he's going, talk to me about this. Because it's for my senior thesis. So we're rushing across campus. And Sabah's all like, and I'm like, come on, we gotta go. Like, come on. And he's like, no, it's fine. Like, it's not even that far. And I'm like, okay, sure. And he's loudly, he's behind. He's behind. He's too relaxed after the yoga class. Finally we get there.
He's insisting that you can get from the rec center to Bond Hall in like
it's
7 minutes.
7 minutes, yeah. He's like, they always say that. They're always like, you can get across the campus in 7 minutes. Lies. It's like a solid 9. Like, you're not late. You're exactly on time. But it's still like, you were walking. And I keep saying, and like the whole time we're walking there, I'm like, you're lucky we're going downhill on this side. And he's like, it's not even a hill by Carver. And I'm like, you're lying to me. Then, while in my lecture, he's like, I have to use the restroom. And I'm like, okay, have fun, go find it. And he has a hard time and he has to come back, then he has to return because he gets lost in Montel trying to find the mezzanine.
Yeah.
And then he accidentally goes to the basement, and then he uses the basement bathroom, and he's scared. The basement. And then we leave my class, and we're chatting, and he's like complaining about how it was hard to find the bathroom, and I'm like, this is just the life of a humanities major. And then he's like, damn, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. And then he asked me a lot of questions about my senior thesis, and I'm like, and he's like, that's so interesting. And I'm like, I'm kind of just like, this is like so self-affirming at some points. Just like, yeah, it's interesting. So then we have to go to the VU, and we have to go and do work in the wavelength office, and there's a staff meeting. Commonality. And Sabah has to do Rosebud Thorn and the Would You Rathers with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I should have made him do TikToks, but I was like, what's a classic wavelength staff meeting thing? And I want to have Sabah do a Would You Rather with us.
Well, and so that covers my other thing that I was thinking of. It was, for me, it was either TikToks or he comes to a staff meeting where it completely derails and we end up talking about, like, how you believe in Atlantis and all these things.
That's what I'm doing for him. Yeah, like your day, he gets one side of it, and my day, he gets the other side of it. Yeah, and he's like sitting right here, and he's kind of just like. So then we're gonna walk around. So the staff meeting ends. It's great. He meets all the wavelength staff, and I'm like, oh, they're so cool. He's like, he has no opinions. He's silent because he's suddenly very overwhelmed from the staff meeting. And then I'm like, okay, well now we're gonna go and like do my little walk around. As I do, I like to go, like I go and I like chat with my other little like coworkers on the 4th floor. While we are walking around the VU / the 4th floor, like 5 people approach us and are like, how do you get to the other 4th floor? And he's like, I don't know. And then I have to explain it. and it happens so many times, and he's like, damn. And I'm like, it's just a day. It's just he's like, is that normal? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, why does no one know how to get? And I'm like, well, because the signage in the building isn't correct. And also because it's ridiculous and they're separated for whatever reason, no one knows.
Well, because then he'll probably ask, so why don't we have those doors open? And he'll say, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not my job.
Not my job. Yeah. Maybe he forces me to go find Luke and have Luke give him an answer, and Luke is like, that looks like that's actually also not my job.
Yeah.
And then we both look at him because it's his job. So then I take him home. It's like 6.
To your house?
Yes, it's like 6:30 at this point. Like 6:30, almost, maybe like 6:45. I take him home, and we eat dinner.
What are you eating?
I don't know.
Baked potato.
Oh, that's good. I was gonna think like leftovers. I have curry. Maybe a baked potato.
Curry baked potato.
A curry baked potato. I think he'd be into that.
I think you would.
Yeah, we have my curry baked potato.
We haven't also be into the tuna baked potato.
I think he might. Yeah. We haven't eaten anything.
He'd be really into a baked potato.
I think he might.
Sabah would be really into a baked potato.
Yeah, and you know what? I would be excited. We haven't eaten anything since breakfast, but also like we had like a kind of substantial, more than normal substantial breakfast, and so like it's normal not to eat lunch. Like maybe we had a snack during my lecture because I have my granola in my bag, so I was like in the middle of the 4-hour lecture.
But
I was
you made
like,
a mess of crumbs.
No, we're actually very clean.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like that. No, I'm like, maybe in the middle of the lecture, I was like, do you want some almonds? And he was like, sure.
He says, I'm allergic to almonds.
Yeah, now I'm like,
now.
does he have a tree nut allergy? So yeah.
I have so many questions. All about Sabah's allergies.
Yeah. We're gonna put him in front of a cat, we're gonna make him, eat almonds.
Actually, we're just gonna take Sabah through allergen testing.
Part 1 of my day with Sabah, I get an EpiPen just in case.
You take him to a hospital and give him peanut butter outside of it like he's a baby just to see.
I go, have you ever done this? He goes, no. I go, okay, we're gonna do it now then. Gonna do it now. Then we go to the ER. That's such a freshman thing to go to the ER. Oh, that is also, I think we should talk, that's something I might also do with him, is I might go take him to the ridge and I might show him underneath of Omega.
Oh,
I just want him to see.
Yes.
I just want him to see. If we're talking about, like, things he's never seen before, yes. I'm showing him the underneath of Omega.
We are showing him the underneath of Omega.
But anyway, back to it. So we go home, we eat dinner, maybe it's a baked potato, I don't know. It's whatever I'm gonna have that night, and I don't really have any thoughts about it at this point, because I probably don't know either. And then we, like, sit. Well, so we're gonna go out later, but there's, like, a weird amount of time, and he's like, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, well, I have some homework, so I'm gonna do some homework, and you can just kind of hang out. And so we sit in my house, and we just, like, hang out, and all my roommates are like, what's Sabah doing here? And I'm like, I'm just hanging with him for the day, and they're like, okay. And then we, like, start talking, and we start having, like, he's like, oh, how are you? How's it been lately? And I start talking to him about how, like, I'm, like, it's, like, renewal letters for rentals are about to come out, and, like, all these decisions, and, like, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, what's it like to rent in Bellingham? And then that just opens a whole thing up. Then it's just a whole thing, and we're having this long conversation, and I'm, like...
by the end, you're buying a $1 million property that's, like, a commune together.
I wish. Yeah, basically, no, he's like, we should just all live together, and I'm like, yeah. But he's never rented in Bellingham before, and so he's, like, very interested, and then I look him in the eyes, and I go, have you ever heard of Hammer Properties? And he goes, no, and I go, oh, let me tell you, and we go into this whole thing, and then I start showing him pictures.
And there's another chance to see if he's allergic to anything, because you go, do you know if you're allergic to mold?
Mold? Yeah.
And dust.
Yes. So then I start showing him photos of Hammer Properties, and he goes, there's a hole in the wall of that one. I go, yeah, no big deal. I go, it's on North Garden, it's fine. And then he goes, $6,000 for the whole place, and I go, oh, you have 9 roommates, it's fine. And he goes, oh my god. So yeah, then I'm continuing to do homework. Finally, it's like 9:30. And I'm like, okay, we can go now. Like, everyone's downtown. And we're hypothetically, we're meeting up with people. Like, I don't know who. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm like, okay, well, first we're going to go to...
You met up with us at the cabin.
So,
we'll meet up with... Yeah. I'll meet up with you.
We're taking Molly to BBG's for her first time.
Yes, my first time at BBG's is with
Sabah. And I go, Sabah and Molly have to do jelly bean shots. And both of you go, oh, okay. And I go, no, it has to happen. So everybody has jelly bean shots, whatever. Vodka Red Bulls are had. We're hanging out. The men's...
This is like...
And...
You're taking me on a day that I...
Yeah. The men's and the women's rugby teams are both there. And I go, Sabah, you have your pick of which pool table you want to play at. You have to play pool with the men's or the women's rugby team. Or both. You can mix. Doesn't matter. It's just they're there. They're playing pool. Sabah said to the table, he's like, we can play pool. And we're all like, nah. And I'm like, well, no, you can go play pool with them. So then Sabah plays a game of pool with the rugby teams. And he's kind of, yet again, overwhelmed. Overstimulated. It's just a lot. There's a lot of energy. He's not prepared. He's not a young guy. And he's like, okay, and then he comes back to the booth and we're all like hanging out and he's like, I'm kind of tired. And I'm like, oh, well, we're going to the cabin. We're going to the cabin and we're gonna go outside and it's February, so he has to stand by the fire because there's nowhere to sit.
Can I add something? Yes. Because I forgot it for my
totally.
Bringing Sabah to the cabin. So while...
The boot margarita, because it's a Thursday.
Because I met up with you guys at BBG's.
Yeah.
Then we all go to the cabin. I, at this point, am buying Sabah a boot margarita.
Yeah.
And do you want one?
Yeah, no. He looks at both of us and he goes, do you want one? And both of us go, no. And then he goes, oh, okay. And we go,
but you should really.
But it's really yummy.
Love this.
It's really yummy. And he goes, okay. And then he has the boot margarita. And after that, where does Sabah go? I don't know. That's the end of the night for us, for me and Sabah. I don't see Sabah again. Like, Molly's, like, ending that. Like, I don't even hear from him. Sabah just, like, vanishes for me. That's it. That's my day in life with Sabah. It's kind of, I'm just, I'm interested in, like, showing him some experiences. Ultimately, that's what this is about for both of us. It's, like...
Showing him what it's like.
Showing him what it's like to be a Western student.
To be a Western student.
The ins and outs.
Yeah.
Because these are things that, like, they're not exclusive to me and Molly.
No.
It's actually, there's a larger culture at Western.
Yes.
Which is an interesting conversation about, like, does Sabah know?
Does he know?
Does he know? Do Western admin period know?
Yeah.
Like, do they know?
Do they know?
Do they know about the boot margarita?
Do they know about the boot margarita? Do they know what it means to have to make TikToks for your job, which is a weird thing, but it is very good.
Yeah.
Like, it does harbor a community, but you have to make the TikToks while you have a cramp.
Right. Have they ever had to get across campus in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And if they didn't, then they miss the first, 5 minutes of their lecture, and then their professor is like, Lily, where were you? And you're like, walking.
Have they ever showed up to class or a meeting or something like that, just drenched in sweat?
Have they ever cried in the basements of any of these buildings?
Yes.
I don't know.
Or any of the bathrooms that are not, I don't know, I assume Sabah has, a private...
Oh, I'm sure he has a private bathroom.
Yeah, but...
I want to get in there.
Not that one.
Yeah, even...
Because also, just in general, could not be, a gender-neutral restroom.
Yeah, unfortunately, if I'm going to cry on campus, I am crying in a gender-neutral bathroom, but...
For his experience, it has to be a stall. So it could be in the library's gender-neutral bathrooms, because those are stalls.
Well, depending upon which one it is, because the one in the Wilson side. See, and these are the other things. It's does Sabah know that Wilson has a non-stall gender-neutral bathroom, and then it has men's and women's stall gender-neutral bathrooms, which every single faucet on the sink in the women's one is different?
Yeah.
Does Sabah know that? And then does he know that Haggard has truly gender-neutral stalled bathrooms, Which, has he ever had to change clothes in those? Because I have.
Yes.
Many times. And it's so uncomfortable. There's, like, no room. But for some reason, I'm always ending up there. I just want to show him these things. I just want to, like, I just want to expose him to what the, like, I think he, the admin are so entrenched in, like, what, in like, this university.
They're in the
but they really,
part of it.
The culture of this campus is so,
Yeah.
like, they don't know.
Yeah, and because this has nothing to do with, like, I want to show them how.
No, it's just like there's another. I love being a Western student.
I love being a
I was
Western
actually
student,
just this morning on the way to my yoga class. I was having a beautiful moment with this campus. Like you get this. Sometimes you just have like a moment with this campus. The birds were chirping for the first time in this since the winter, and they were like singing to each other. Yeah, there was like these two.
The first time.
I haven't heard them.
You're not paying enough attention.
It was warm outside, and I could see, like, little buds on the trees, and then the birds were, like, singing to each other, and they were singing to each other before, but, like, there's always that first day in spring where you hear them a little bit louder for some reason, and you're like, it's spring.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Do you get my thing?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I wasn't wearing my headphones, which is unusual, because I was, like, walking to the gym, and
well, that's why you never get the birds.
Yeah, okay, I'm always wearing my headphones. But I was just, like, looking around, and I was like, my thought was, I was like, I'm so lucky to live here, like, and this campus is just so beautiful sometimes, and, like, and I was like, this is just a beautiful day, and, like, a beautiful life. I'm not showing Sabah any of this in a negative way, it's more so just, like, there's another side of this campus that he has no idea about, and it's underneath Omega. And also, it's just, like, then he would understand, like, what the true full Western experience of, like, student culture is.
Yeah. I would agree.
I also just, like, want him to attend a wavelength staff meeting.
Yeah.
I think he'd be silent the whole time. But I think he'd be like, hi, my name's Sabah, and then I would be like, do your rosebud thorn. And then he would be like...
Let's come up with, okay, last thing. Let's come up with a hypothetical rosebud thorn for Sabah.
Okay, well, his bud is that he's going to play golf this weekend.
Yeah. His rose...
I can only think of bad things.
His rose would probably be something like...
With his wife?
Yeah, it would probably be
I don't know why their relationship is really sweet to me. I have no idea who she is.
I don't...
But I've received emails from both of them. You got it? You know when they send out, like, the Christmas email, and it's from both of them? And he's like, me and my wife. And I'm like, that's sweet. Tell me about his wife. I think his thorn.
Well, his rose would be that, like, his wife...
She's, like, making him his favorite dinner or something.
Or, like, his wife had some accomplishment. Like, it would have... His rose would have nothing to do with him. It would be, like...
My wife got this.
My wife was able to perfect her, like...
What does she do? I'm so interested.
I don't know, German chocolate cake recipe.
Yeah.
This weekend.
And it was so yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy and proud of her.
And then his thorn?
His thorn would be that
his thorn is that he has to do the day in the life with us. He's like, my thorn is that I have to do this. And we're like, too bad.
Or, this is also in a hypothetical where we have staff meetings back to back, but his thorn,
He's like, it's attend 2 staff meetings back to back.
His thorn...
He's like, you guys.
His thorn on my day would be, that he gave in to the Boo Margarita.
Yeah. It's rough out there for that. Once you have... And then on my day, when we go to the cabin for the second time, I go, do you want the Boo...
that's the first time.
Oh, okay, right. So the second time we go to the cabin, Sabah goes to the cabin, somebody goes, do you want the Boot Margarita? And he goes, no. He's learned his lesson.
And that's why he doesn't get it.
He's learned his lesson.
Yeah.
Once you do it once, you don't do it anymore. Yeah. Any last thoughts about your day with Sabah, or about what we would do? I think on campus...
I think we bond a lot, honestly.
I think you guys would. I think you guys would get along. I don't think he would want to hang out with me again, though. That's just the truth.
Well, and then, because my day's after yours...
You'd be so excited!
We'd have a whole conversation, me and him, about, like, you just gotta, like, give Lily a chance. Like, I know she's a lot. She's, like, really intense, but, like...
He's like, she scared me.
Yeah. I know she's, like, scary, but, like, give her a chance and, like, you'll come to love her. Like,
Yeah. He's like, are you gonna make me do the things she did? and you're like, no, we're not eating pancakes today. That's the part of the day he really liked, and then the rest of the day he's like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. I probably just would like, I'd poke a lot of fun at him. That's just what I do with everybody though. I would make a lot of fun about golf.
Yeah.
Because I don't like golf. I'd be like Tiger Woods, and he'd be like, okay. Yeah. No. Anyway.
Okay, now Sabah, we challenge you to make a
day of the life for us. Figure it out. He's just gonna take us to play golf. Why? It's the only thing I know he does.
I mean, like,
I know he does other things, but
yeah.
I've just only ever heard about him, like, and his love for golf. I don't want to sit in his
honestly have never heard about that until now.
I don't want to sit in his rose garden.
Is that rose garden?
Yeah, he sits out there, the rose garden outside of Old Maid.
Oh, that's where I've seen him before.
He sits out there. Students call it Sabah's rose garden. Oh, I would also show him the Western / Bellingham Reddit thread. Yeah. I would also show him the Western / Bellingham Reddit thread.
Yeah.
He's not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. No one's ready for that. Anyway, okay. That's it.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys soon. It's been really good. Follow us on Instagram, wavelength_WW. And, watch all of our other episodes. We've done so many. Yeah. It's been great. It's been a great time.
I'm really proud of us.
I'm also really proud of us.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've ever done... I think this is the first time in a while we've done an outro. Anyway, bye.
Bye.
Wavelength is a program of the Associated Students of Western Washington University, and we'd like to thank WWU's Digital Media Center for production support, as well as our music composer, Austin Colwell from Harbor Day. You can find a link to Austin's music in the episode description below.